Hey guys, GasGuzler here, and welcome to a very cold video. We are back with the F-100, and I got some new parts for it. I got a fuel pump, and hopefully we're going to get it to run on its own, and possibly take it for its first test drive. No idea what they're doing today, but yeah, F-100 is back. I did get a fuel pump for it. And what I didn't know is that this fuel pump might work. I think it just was dry from sitting for so long. So I'm gonna try to spray a little bit of fuel in the actual diaphragm and see if we can bring it back to life for now. If it does work, it's not gonna last for very long, which is why I bought another one. But yeah, it's gonna start pouring soon. So I have a very limited amount of time to get this thing running and in the garage so I can start working on it. First, I might have to clean the carb because if I remember correctly, it didn't want to stay running, so probably gonna have to clean the carb. And that's on there because the hood seal is gone, so the water leaks into the air cleaner, which is why the motor locked up in the first place. So I learned that out the hard way. All right, get rid of this. Okay, so we got 4 screws to take out to get the top of the carb off. Hopefully those don't snap off. Yeah, we can see just how dirty this thing is inside. I was just messing around with the carb on my dent side and every last one of these screws broke off. So in the event that you have a stuck screw and you start stripping it, what you want to do is tighten it a tiny bit, and then it'll give it a little bit of leverage, and then you can loosen it. But every one of these is coming out with almost no problem. So all right, so I've been fighting with this thing for like half an hour and it will not come apart. I'm gonna leave this for now and just put some fuel in the fuel pump and see if I can get that thing to work. See if I can get anything out of it. All right, that's fine. All right, so runs. So what we're gonna do is take off the hose clamp that was holding on the fuel line. All right, and oh boy. Okay, stop. I have fuel running all the way down my arm right now. Apparently it's picking up fuel, so I guess maybe it's a carburetor issue. All right, well, that sucked. Yep, that ran all the way down my arm. Okay, so it's pulling in fuel now, unless that's just straight from the carb, but I don't know. Should we just see if it tries to run on its own? And let me fill the carb. Okay. Oh, we did a burnout. Okay, so that works.
But how exactly do you not go right back to the place where you saw me?
All right, so the truck is up here now. It drove all the way here. Watch the blow-by tube. Yeah, that's not good. So what I'm gonna try to do is throw some ice cube juice in it. Can we get it in the... This is used, by the way. As you can tell, it's pretty cloudy. You don't need new coolant. But it's holding, so that's good. Where's... Oh, there is no overflow. It's just a tube. She wants some more motivation, so. Either the battery's dead or I locked up the motor, but I'm not entirely sure. All right, just drink. Now I'm gonna say this motor's pretty done. considering how much blow-by is coming out of it too. But I mean, it's got coolant now. I wonder if I started drinking it. We may or may not have a massive fuel leak. I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't see that and call it good. Oh, she's coming along nice. I cut the muffler off this thing. It's got a cam now. But yeah, this is its final fate. Yeah, if you guys are wondering where this truck went, this is where it went. She's here. I'll show you. It's pretty bad. It's like really bad under here. This truck is just shot. Look at this thing. It's great. She is just thirsty. Actually, my local auto parts store, I'm friends with the guy who works there. He told me he had a 360 back in the day, and they just drink fuel. They do not like driving by gas stations, so that's great. Let her charge up for a little bit. She's definitely not happy though. Oh, nope, come on. So I guess the fuel pump works. I don't know what the hell the problem was, but we do have a definite fuel leak. Yep. Accelerator pump's leaking. All right, so the battery's been charging up. I just want to see. Here it is. Oh boy, I almost backed into something. Power steering works amazing. We got brakes? Oh, we do. We got brakes. Oh, nope, she wants choke. No, 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 no. No! She's not happy. But it drives. Our accelerator pump is dumping gas everywhere. It's gonna be a pain pulling that carb, but whatever. How warm is she getting? Actually, I don't even know. Is there a temp gauge? What is our temp gauge reading? Yeah, that's not a good sound. Yeah, that's a lot of blow-by. Let her cool down. It's, well, honestly, it's not that hot. But, that being said, let's check the oil. It's oil. Let's just give her one last go. Come on. All my batteries are garbage, which is probably half the reason that this is happening, but I have not bought a single new battery. All of them are just batteries I've sourced from trucks I bought. So, you know, they're not in the greatest of shape. Also, don't ever buy Autocraft batteries. They're junk. I have 4 of them, and 3 out of the 4 are shot, and they're not even a year old. The 4th one, it's like half okay, but they are junk batteries. Do not buy Autocraft. And somebody in the comments is going to be like, oh, Autocraft is made by the same company as Interstate. Yeah, but Autocraft uses the cheap junk materials to make their batteries with, which is why Interstate are better. So, okay, that's all back together. Hopefully it doesn't suck any more leaves down in there. That's not good for it. All right. Will it run off choke? Oh, yeah. She runs good. Wow. Oh, boy. It is blowing straight oil out the exhaust. It did not just idle down. Oh. I say we try to fire it back up and just kind of drive it. Choke it. Oh, and it died. You don't need power brakes. So, I know this thing has an insane amount of blow-by, but my theory is that all the Marvel mystery oil that I dumped down the cylinders, when I spun it over, it probably shot it down into the exhaust, and it's just coming out now. And it's probably black because it's carbureted and it rolls coal. So yeah, worst comes to worst, I have a good engine in that truck that I can take apart and put in this, but yeah, it runs. Well, it is starting to rain, so I think I'm going to try to pull this truck in the garage and then we can actually start working on it. But yeah, GasGuzler headquarters has gotten noticeably bigger. If you guys want like a garage tour or anything, just let me know. Okay. Damn it. She's not happy. Well, the brakes work in sorts. Park works, that's good. Carb is definitely not happy because it just backfired out the intake. Well, this thing is definitely a project. I don't know if I'm gonna get it back on the road because it's, you know, blowing oil out the exhaust. That's at a minimum. Alright, so while that thing's cooling down, here's the old bumper to my truck. I took the one off the flare side and put it on mine because, you know, mine's not great. A couple of videos ago, we had this white cab that, you know, I was beating up. It's a little worse than it was before. The camera's not even doing that justice. Yeah, this thing is just, it's been through some stuff. Oh, the rocker finally let go. Oh, no, it didn't even, it just literally snapped the welds from the factory. Here it is. Well, that was perfect timing because it just started raining. All right, so it's like a month later. Got the rebuild kit for the carb, and it got ridiculously cold, and it even snowed a couple weeks ago. But for some reason, it's comfortably warm outside now, and we can get back to work on this thing. I've been kind of letting it run and driving it around the property a lot, and check this out. It's ice cold. I haven't even started it at all today. Just like that. And there's no more blow-by either. That all went away. This thing runs amazing, and I can't believe from locked up to this. Like, I mean, it's not even smoking anymore out the exhaust. Everything works except for the oil light, and the power brakes don't work. But I mean, look at that. It just sits here and idles. This was locked up as of like 2-3 months ago. That's insane. But yeah, I guess we'll go pull it in the garage and get back to work on it. No, come on. Don't be like that. There we go. You don't need to see out the windshield. I'm almost afraid to rebuild the carb because I'm afraid it won't run good after that, but the accelerator pump is leaking like a faucet, and I can't drive it till I fix that. So usually taking off a carb isn't that difficult. The issue with this one is the nut that holds the fuel line onto the carb is completely stripped, and it's also seized in the actual carb. And you know, you can't put a torch up to that and just heat it up because, I mean, it's got gasoline in there. So we're gonna have to figure out how to get that off. And yes, this is how bad the accelerator pump gasket is. That's really bad. So yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. All right, so after working with it off camera, I was able to get this to finally loosen up. It was extremely stuck on there. I hammered a wrench onto it that was way smaller than the actual nut, and it still was stripping it out. So I wonder what the actual size of this nut is, because it is like rounded down to nothing at this point. I think that's out. I just pull it. There we go. Oh, that's why there's a spring attached to it for some reason. All right, so we're gonna have to assess whatever the hell this is. All right, that's off. So now I guess it's just a matter of taking all these weird springs off and stuff, and unbolting the carbon, ripping that thing off. Oh, how much EGR stuff is actually plumbed into it? Oh, it's gonna be actually, nope, that's into the spacer. I think we actually got off the hook on this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off the choke linkage. All right, so that's dealt with. Choke cable's off. Now we have about 13 other things to take off, like vacuum advance. I don't even, oh, that was easy. What else? We got the stupid linkage for the trans. I gotta figure that out. Figure out why there's a secondary spring on the throttle cable. Take the, oh, maybe that's why. Because that doesn't take much force to take off. Oh, now what the hell is this? There's like more stuff now. What is this? You know what? I'm just gonna cut the camera. This is too much BS for me. So, you know, I'll just cut to when this is all done. Let me guess, it's pulling the stud out. No, it actually took the bolt off. Wow, the bolts are coming out. I'm shocked. All right, here we go. There it is. All right, so the carb is out. It actually doesn't look that bad. I think originally why I couldn't get the top of it off is because the air cleaner stud is held on with a nut, and I think that's what was holding the whole top on, so. There we go. All right, here we go. Pull this out of the way. There it goes, perfect. All right, so looking at this, let me take this gasket off. See how much crud is in the bowls. It actually doesn't look horrible though. There's definitely some sedimentation going on in there, but it actually looks really, really clean. Well, now I guess we'll just take the accelerator pump. Actually, let me see what comes in the rebuild kit first. Believe it or not, I've never rebuilt a carb before, so... Oh, actually, there's instructions right here. Well, maybe I'll do a time lapse, I don't know, because this is gonna take a really long time. Half rebuilt. I guess we just go put it on the truck and see if it leaks at all. All right, so I got the new gasket on the intake manifold. I guess now we just plop this back on. All right, so my phone ran out of storage, but it's all back together. I got everything connected. Let's see. It's gonna take a little bit to start because it's gotta fill the bowls, but what? Wait, what? I'm not even kidding. I didn't start this before that. I didn't even have to choke it. Right. Battery's still bad. All right, let's try this again with the completely wrong battery. Let's give her a little bit of choke. Do we have leaks though? That's my biggest concern. Guess what? Bone dry. Hell yeah. Alright, let's not suck that in the motor. Hang on. Yeah, accelerator pump kind of works. It's enough. No more leaks though. Well, it's a little dark out. This thing does have headlights, but maybe tomorrow morning we'll go take this thing out for its first test drive before it rains. All right, so it is the next day. Last night, I kind of got carried away a little bit. Well, now that the carb is rebuilt, we get the romp on it. I have a ton of paperwork for this truck, and I went through it all. This thing has had low compression on cylinder 2 since like 1986, so that gallop is not from the engine being locked up. It's been like that forever. There she goes. Every single time. I have no heat because the temp linkage is seized, so that's great. It's stuck on low. Oh, it didn't even stall. Holy crap. God, I love this truck. I gotta clean the windshield off and then we're good to take her on her first drive. Technically, only I need to see. That's the revival truck you hear. That little blue 94. That was in my last video. All right, the windshield is clean enough. It's time to take it on its first test drive. And God knows how many years. Here we go. Speedo works. We're doing 15, it says. Temp's doing good. We got a quarter tank of gas. There it goes, it shifted in a second. Doing just about 25. Brakes are good. And you can hear the bias plies. They are loud. For a truck that's over 40 years old, the steering is surprisingly really, really tight. I'm shocked. Burnout. Brake stand. This thing just floats. And there it is. Running and driving after God knows how many years of sitting with a locked up motor. But there it is, my 1969 Ford F-100 revival. I think I might actually go ahead and register this thing and get it back on the road. But yeah, like I always say, if you guys enjoy my content, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And stay tuned for part 3 where we clean this thing up and bring it back to its former glory. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video.